Welcome. This is Noah's Ark Nursery. I am Corinna. I am the mommy. Welcome. This is your first time. Welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you for coming and joining us in the Ark today. We're going to talk a little bit in this video about my DID. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think that, my In the Ark chats, this is going to be called In the Ark, which is like a change in a chat type thing, and I'm going to be changing 2 babies. I've got one started. I just have to finish changing her. But what I'm going to talk about in this video, just getting started right away, and letting you know. And if you hear a lawnmower, it's my husband mowing. So he's outside mowing. He just got him from work, and he's outside mowing. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my DID and some things that have been going on. For those of you who don't know what DID is, it is dissociation identity disorder. I have multiple personalities. There are several forms, and I'm hoping to get my therapist together with me where we're going to explain the forms of DID, and then we can talk about my DID if you'd like. But DID comes from a childhood trauma, and it's when your brain splits into different parts. So we're going to talk about mine. We're going to talk about my alters. I've been off a little bit this week, and I'm going to do it while I change Miss Mabel here. I've started changing Mabel, but anyway, I started her, guys. Jeremiah kind of got in the way when I started the video the last time, so I had to restart. But anyway, let's talk about my DID a little bit. I've been off a little bit this week. Something happened, and it just set my alters off. There's something about when I talk to my therapist that it helps a lot. But anyway, something happened. It set off my DID, and I've been feeling kind of bullied, if you will. So I just kind of my DID, my alter started. Some of you'll know that a couple weeks back I had said that we discovered I have another alter or two in there. And in my head, well, one of the alters is what we're calling the doom and gloom alter. And that alter, guys, came back. She decided to come back, and this week she has been, well, out a couple times. More than a couple times. Not to mention, she's been in my mind, talking to me, feeding me lies, wanting me to hurt myself. I'm going to be perfectly honest. This alter literally has me imagining taking my own life. And that was one of the reasons why Mama banished her. Mama banished her from my brain. Not long, I would say a couple years ago. She finally got tired of her, and she banished her from my brain. So I'm going to put this all together so that I know which is Mabel's stuff and which is Hannah's. But anyway, she banished her. And with what happened, with this thing that happened, she came back. Now, I talked to my therapist about her last night. We finally know why she was banished. I mean, obviously, but just to let you guys know, I am changing them into matching. Yeah, this is Hannah's. Matching, somebody's walking by the house. Can't you tell? Jeremiah's gone all nuts, but I'm going to change Mabel into hers. These are just 1 year by Carter's. This is a 3-month. This is Miss Mabel's. This is a 3-month. Because she's big for a newborn. She doesn't fit a newborn very well, but she does fit in 3-month pretty well. It's got a kitty cat on the front and a ruffles on the bum and kitty cats all over. So anyway, she came back and she was making me feel, the doom and gloom altar was making me feel like all was lost, like I was just, like I was a loser, and like I can't win. And she was the altar that, when I became suicidal years ago, was the altar in charge of that. She was the one who came out and decided that she wanted to harm me. Basically, my doom and gloom altar is the altar that wants to harm me. She puts those things into my, those thoughts into my head. So she came back after this happened. She was banished by Mama once. I'm pretty sure Mama's going to banish her again. As soon as she's banished, I won't have to worry about her. Hopefully. We are really battling. I've had a battle inside my head this week, guys. A major battle that's been going on. And I know you guys can tell that. But that's what happens. Now, when something happens, I tend to hold on to it longer because of my altars. When something happens, my altars tend, each one of them react a different way. And, of course, all Mabel says, because Mabel's 5, is that, not this Mabel, guys, the Mabel inside my head. All she says is that it was not right. That's all she's been saying. But the other ones have had all their opinions. Now, if I let her, Sally would give me the strength and courage to go confront this person that did this to me. But I'm not going to do it. Me, myself, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do my best to get over it. But it's going to take some time. Because with my DID, my therapist and I talked about this. With my DID, I mean, I'm not the only one that has to get over stuff, guys. There are others inside my head that got to get over it too. You know, Mama. You know, Mama didn't have control of the situation, and she didn't like that. Now I'm going to change Hannah quick, guys. This is Hannah, for those of you who don't know. But she didn't have control of the situation. So one of the things that, you know, my therapist and I talked about was, how can I get over this effectively without going to this person? How can I make this, you know, basically go away from me? And I mean, really, I have no reason to, I mean, I don't know this person that well, so I just got to say that I don't know this person that well. But I will say that I've had to work through some things, and talking to my therapist last night, and talking to him always helps me, because he's not just talking to me, he's talking to everybody inside my head. And this doom and gloom altar that's there, she just, I can feel today as if she's not here right now. All week long I've been down, I've been out of it. Then I talked to my therapist last night, and we talked about it. We took the whole hour to talk about this thing, which, it's crazy it even happened. But I just, you know, we talked about it. And my doom and gloom altar seemed to, I guess, figure out she couldn't win. Time will tell. Time will only tell if she's gone. I know as of right now, she's gone. That's my altar that, now Sally's the altar that wants to come out and fight, I think. But Mama's holding her back, I think, from doing it. I know Mommy ain't happy about it either, but she's holding herself back for my sake. That's kind of what we figured. That's why Mama hasn't put her foot down, is so to speak. And so we just discussed last night, because you know, when you have a mental illness and something happens to you, it takes you a very long time. You can't just get over it. Everybody's just been telling me, and I'm going to say this, to just get over it, to just move on and get over it. I'm going to say this, guys, I can't just get over it and move on. I need to have time to get over it and move on. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking time. We are taking time for me to get over this. I don't know how I'm going to handle other things, but how I'm going to handle, you know, we don't know this doom and gloom altar right here. Okay. This altar that I'm talking about, that's doom and gloom, she only shows up, apparently. She's banished from my head. But she only gets her way in there when I get weakened like I was. Because banished altars can come back. Now, if Mama so chose to kill her off, she could. Okay, I'm going to get very blunt about that. If Mama so chose to kill her off, she could. Would I like to see that happen? I don't want to get that depressed anymore. I don't want to have those thoughts anymore that I've had. The thoughts of suicide, the thoughts of, you know, this week I've thought of giving up. This week has been my, you know, I thought of giving up week. But, and one day this week, guys, I'm going to say this, I almost didn't do the devotional because I didn't want to. But for me to get over things, it takes a while as a result of having other people inside my head to deal with them with me. So I you know, I don't want to get too blunt because I'm not usually, like, you know, very blunt. But my doom and gloom altar, she is very, very doom and gloom. She's not very positive. She would much rather see me hurt myself than anything. And I'm like, I asked my therapist, so my therapist and I talked about it last night. We talked about the things that were going on and talked about how can I deal with this without going to that person and letting her have it. What can I do to get over this? Because really, me going to that person, I'm going to say this at this point, is not going to do anything. This person obviously doesn't care. So what do I do to get over it? With my DID, what do I do to get over it? He said I can't think about it, which I'm not. Today, I gotta say, I've been so busy, I haven't thought about it. I've been so busy, I haven't thought about that. And, you know, I have a friend that won't even talk to me right now because of what I was going to do. My therapist and I talked about it. It's not going to do me any good to go to this person. It's probably only going to make things worse because this person will probably just make things worse for me. So I'm leaving it go. Her prejudice is her prejudice. No, that's the kind of person she is. There's nothing I can do about that. But I can do, remember I said earlier in the week about our reaction? It's how we react. I was having issues. And God knew it, but He understands. With me, He understands because I have something wrong with me that makes it so that when I have issues, he understands the issues. He understands, he understands me. And he knows that, nobody's perfect. And of course, I know nobody's perfect. So I know I'm not perfect. I'm sure I've done things in the past that haven't been the greatest. But, from what... But there they are, guys. They're changed. But anyway. But anyhow. My doom and gloom altar was really this week. I was battling her. That's what was wrong with me this week. I was battling my doom and gloom altar. And I just didn't know how to deal with it. And last night, even my husband said, Steve even said last night after I was done with my therapy, he said, I knew you talking to him was going to make you feel better. And it did. Because it helps me to get it out. And he listens and he understands and we talk it through. And he knows how to deal with my altars. He knows how to talk to my altars in a way that calms them down. I don't know if the doom and gloom altar left. Here's hoping she did again. She keeps coming back. Or she goes to sleep and then she wakes up when things like this happen. But nonetheless, I'm a lot better today. And when I asked him what my homework was, he gave me a very fun assignment, guys. You want to hear it? Okay, I'll tell you. He told me to spend more time with my babies. Spend more time with my babies. Some of you know that Hannah is my therapy baby. And that I've been spending more time with Hannah this week, just so you guys know. You've seen Hannah a lot this week. I know you've seen Hannah and Mariah a lot. And of course you saw Mabel today. Because of the fact that I've needed to have them with me for some reason. And my therapist says that's okay. That having Hannah with me is okay. So I've needed to have Hannah with me. More than Mabel, more than Mariah, more Hannah, just to hold her. Yesterday, while I was in my therapy session, while I was talking to him on the phone, I was holding Hannah. I was feeding her. And that's just the kind of stuff that I like to do. He said, do something that's going to get your mind off of it. So this week, I have to spend more time with my babies. That's my assignment. Because these guys are great therapy. People have therapy dogs. People have, emotional support animals. Some of us have our babies. Becca put something on Instagram that I just loved. She was talking about being a reborn mommy. She was talking about being a mommy. And how great therapy, how great these babies are for stress and anxiety and depression. These are great therapy tools. Therapy. She's not a tool, she's the baby. See, this is my Hannah Ruth, who is my therapy baby. When I am with her, because with DID, I do get very anxious. I get sad. I have all kinds of emotions. I get anxiety from it, from my DID too. Oh, sounds like my husband's done. Don't worry, he'll start with the blower now. And then give it 5 minutes, and one of our neighbors, I don't know who it'll be, will start. Because nobody's grass can be shorter than yours. It's just a friendly competition we have around here, apparently. It's just very friendly. Nobody sabotages anybody's lawnmowers, just to tell you. They're all good. They just have to get out there and make sure that their lawn is just as short as yours, if not shorter. So, everybody's lawns have to be the same cut here. That's how we are. But anyway, something really fun that they do. Huh? Oh, okay. He's moving the trash can back. Trash cans have wheels. But anyway, trash can and recyclable bin have wheels, and he moved them to no. But anyway, let's continue to talk. But anyway, he gave me a very interesting assignment. And this is my therapy baby. This is the baby that back in July he prescribed for me. Well, back in June. I got her in July. I had to look for her first. I had to see, like, when he prescribed her, I had to be like, okay, now, let's go find one. And I went on AskJenDrake.com. I wanted one, but the lady asked me what it was for, and I said it was she was for therapy. And now when I call Ask Jen Drake, I don't give any reasons because, well, really, I'm ordering it, I'm paying for it. But anyway, she is my therapy baby. Of course, Mabel's my baby, and so is Mariah. Mariah's my toddler, actually. And then I have other ones. I have Savannah, who I'm starting to click with. I adopted her from Becca. But get back to my DID. But these are great therapy tools. DID, you lose your childhood. I lost my childhood due to my childhood trauma. Due to what happened to me. I lost my childhood. I lost 5 years of my childhood. Hannah is not only Hannah and Mabel in particular, and Mariah. I do a lot of activities with Mariah, so that helps my memory. But Hannah particularly, she helps me with the feelings. And this week, I've needed Hannah more because she helps me with the feelings of, whatever they bring up, whatever the altars bring up, whatever feelings I have that aren't good. When I'm cuddling with her, it helps me. So, hence the fact that she is my therapy. This is my therapy. And part of it anyway. This is part of my therapy anyway. So this week, my therapist said, you don't need to think this week. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm getting a week off of thinking. I don't have to think. When you all love to have a week like that, where you don't have to think at all, where you can just do whatever. Well, I get to spend the week not thinking, being with my babies, taking care of all my babies. That's what I get to spend the week doing. Not that I don't do that anyway, but, I get to do it more. Tomorrow I will have one baby out. I don't know if it'll be Hannah. It'll depend on how I feel. If I don't feel up to anything tomorrow, I will have Hannah out. And then, of course, Mariah, because I'm doing something special with Mariah tomorrow on video. But there, it went silent, guys. My husband is done with the blowing. He had to blow the grass off. But anyway, but these reborns are great for therapy. I mean, I take Hannah and Mabel everywhere I go. The only place we don't take the babies, one of the babies is when we take Jeremiah to the groomer. And that's because it's just our time together with him. He was in here, guys. Matter of fact, I laid the blanket on the bed. It was a close call. I did not think Jeremiah was going to move. But anyway, but that's what's been wrong with me. I have been off. But I will say this. Thank you for all your encouragement this week. You know, I've needed it. Particularly Tammy over at Tater Tots Nursery, who went on my board and who gave me encouragement this week. I know I've been off. We're hoping that Doom and Gloom is either asleep or gone. We're calling her Doom and Gloom because we don't know her name. Mama won't introduce me to her. If Mama, my gatekeeper, Mama Bev, does not want to introduce me to somebody, she will not. So we are hoping she's gone. I know I feel so much better. Since talking to my therapist last night, since talking it through, since working it through. Because he asked me the tough questions, which brings out some tough answers. So that is what's been wrong. It's had to do with my DID. It's had to do with the Doom and Gloom altar. And, you know, just let me encourage you guys. If you get really anxious or you get really stressed, just take one of your babies. You know, for me, it's Hannah because she is my therapy. So I've been spending a lot of time with her this week. I'm probably going to be off to spend a little bit more time with her next week. All week long, you know, till Wednesday, because that's my homework. I get to spend time with my babies and do the things I enjoy doing with my babies. That's what he wants me to do. That is my homework for this week, which makes me very happy. You know, that makes me happy. Guys, it really does. So, you know, that is my DID chat. That is my chat about my DID. I think that, you know, I will get over what happened. And I am getting over what happened. It's just, I might need more time. Doom and Gloom is gone, which means, you know, maybe I am over it. Only time will tell. All I know is, you know, everybody's been telling me to get over it, which hasn't been helping. Okay? Really, it doesn't help when everybody says, well, just get over it. Just move forward. It's hard for me it's hard with somebody with DID to just get over it and move forward, because we have other people inside us, our brains, that are telling us something different. Doom and Gloom, which that's what we're going to call her, Doom and Gloom. She doesn't have a name. I don't want to give her a name because I don't want to encourage her to stay, because she's not positive. She's the negative one. I don't want her to stay there. Sally, Mabel, and Mama, they're all positive. Mama wants people that are personalities in my head, that are alters in my head, that are just positive and good for me. And Doom and Gloom's not. So, I'm hoping she's gone after last night. And I don't want to give her a name. I don't want to even know her name. Like, I met Sally. I've met Mabel. I know Mama Bev. So, but Doom and Gloom, I don't want to know. The only things I want to know, the only thing I need to know, and this is where I'm going to say this, is that I have the Lord too. And that, you know, I can just get over it. I have to get over it. But in my time. And in my way. Which is going to be with my babies. That's how I'm going to get over this, is with my babies. So, anyway, I know we have a lot of, I know there's not usually a lot of noise around here, but, you know, anyway. That is my DID chat. I am much happier today. I am much more content today. But I've also been spending time with my babies. So, and of course, Jeremiah's out there barking because Daddy came in from mowing the grass. So, I'm going to get off here so that I hope that you guys, thank you for coming and joining us and listening to my DID chat. Thank you for coming and joining us in the ARC and listening to my DID chat. Remember, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So, anyway, I changed 2 babies and I did my DID chat in this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that my DID chat was very insightful. You know, I'm an open book when it comes to my altars. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask me. This particular one that has been there all week, has she been out? I don't know. Because I don't remember when they come out. But I know she's been in my head talking to me. I know now she's not today. But that's, you know, I give my therapist a lot of credit. He is just so good. Guys, when the Lord led me to him, he knew what he was doing. Really. He had him specially selected for me. So, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to what's wrong with me. So, with that said, thank you for joining us in the ARC for my DID chat. I do these periodically. I do these when I have something to do with. So, when I have like information for you guys. I try to do them once a week if I can, but I don't always have full information, so I don't always want to do them. But I just wanted to talk about this and just give you some insight as to what's been wrong and why. A little bit of, you know, why I've been so weird all week. But I'm not weird today. So anyway, because I think doom and gloom is gone. I think doom and gloom left again. Went wherever she goes, and then, you know, wherever she goes, wherever she's banished to. I think that's where she was. I think she's been banished from my head. So anyway, I am so thankful that Mama is in there banishing the not so good ones. And that I have my Hannah and my Mabel and my Mariah and of course Hattie and Hazel and Savannah and Tammy Ann and all my other babies. So, and I can take care of them this week. So, thank you for joining me for my DID and the art check. And I hope that you guys have a blessed and wonderful night. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, guys, and for listening to my DID chat. Thanks for stopping by the Ark again. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.